People often misunderstand the lone wolf, seeing it as weak or doomed, but the wild doesn't reward sentiment, it rewards strength and resilience. A wolf that walks alone isn't weak, it's a survivor, tested by the harshest elements. This is the story of Kael, once a proud member of the Night Fang pack. He knew the comfort of the den and the thrill of the hunt, believing his place was secure. But the wild unravels even the most certain destinies. True strength is forged in adversity, when you have only your own spirit to rely on. Kael's journey is for anyone who's ever felt cast out or alone. The path of the lone wolf is perilous, but it leads to self-reliance and deep understanding. Let go of the idea that being alone is failure. It's the ultimate test of character. In the silence of the wilderness, you discover resilience you never knew you had. Kael's story is a journey from the heart of the pack to the world's edge and back transformed. The wolf that walks alone is not lost, it's finding its own way to power. This is the myth, and the truth, of the lone wolf. Kael was young, strong and ambitious, a skilled hunter in the Night Fang pack, but pride led him to break formation during a crucial hunt, seeking glory for himself. His reckless charge scattered the pack and let the stag escape, leaving them hungry and defeated. The alpha, Boran, saw Kael's pride as a threat to unity. Under the cold moon, Kael was exiled, no longer Night Fang, but a ghost with no home. The pain of rejection cut deeper than any wound. He ran until exhaustion overtook him, the comfort of the pack replaced by biting cold and fear. Every shadow became a threat, every sound, a warning. The world was now hostile and unfamiliar. The warmth of the den, the strength of the pack, all gone. Kael had nothing left but himself. This was his new reality, survive or perish. There was no other choice. The lone wolf's journey had begun. The wild was a brutal teacher. Hunger was constant, and Kael's solo hunts failed again and again. He grew thin, his arrogance stripped away by desperation. He learned patience, watching and listening to the forest's subtle language. He studied the spider's web, the fox's cunning, lessons he never needed in the pack. Now he was his own alpha, his own strategist. He learned to mask his scent, use the terrain, and conserve energy. His senses sharpened, solitude honed him into a pure survivor. One night, trapped by a blizzard, he nearly gave up, but defiance kept him alive. When dawn broke, he emerged, weakened but victorious. That small victory ignited a fire within him. He was no longer just a hunter, he was becoming part of the wilderness itself. The wild was his classroom and he was its most determined student. Seasons passed and Kael was transformed. No longer a broken exile, he became a shadow in the trees, a master of his domain. Animals feared the gray ghost of the northern woods, a predator of unmatched skill. He knew every trail and stream, every hidden den. He brought down prey with planning, not recklessness. Scars marked his battles, each one a story of survival. Legends spread, a lone wolf who hunted like a pack, who feared nothing. Kael didn't seek reputation, survival was his only goal. In solitude, he found peace and power. The sting of exile faded, replaced by clarity and strength. He was Kael, the wolf who walked alone, master of his own fate. In his solitude, he found a kingdom. One evening, a desperate howl reached Kael from his old territory. It was not the proud call of the Night Fang pack but a cry for help. Kael's hardened instincts told him to ignore it, but memories of his kin lingered. The bitterness of exile had faded, replaced by understanding. Boran had acted for the pack's survival. Now, they faced a threat they couldn't handle. The howls echoed in Kael's mind all night. Why help those who cast him out? He owed them nothing. Yet the laws of the wild were clear. A pack in distress was doomed. They were his blood, whether they claimed him or not. By dawn, Kael's mind was made up. His journey had taught him what truly mattered. True strength was acting on conviction, not vengeance. He would return. Not for them, but for himself. The lone wolf would answer the call. Kael returned to Night Fang lands, no longer seeking forgiveness but bringing the power of survival. The territory was marked by invaders. The pack was cornered and starving. Boran, the old alpha, was wounded and powerless. When Kael appeared, the pack stared in disbelief at the scarred, powerful wolf he'd become. He met Boran's gaze calmly. No challenge, just resolve. Without a word, Kael vanished into the trees. He hunted alone, bringing down a large elk and dragging it to the ravine. It was not a tribute, but a statement. Survival was possible. That night when the rival pack attacked, they met a fed, emboldened Nightfang pack, and Kael. He fought like a storm, his strength turning the tide. He broke the rival Alpha's charge, shattering their morale. The invaders fled, and the Nightfangs reclaimed their home. Kael had saved them not as one of them but as himself. The lone wolf's strength had become their salvation. In the aftermath, Boran offered Kael his place back, even the position of Alpha. Kael refused. He hadn't returned for a title or to reclaim his old life. His strength was found in solitude, not in the pack. The den felt confining. The wilderness was his true home. He nodded farewell and disappeared into the forest, leaving the pack to rebuild. Kael's journey teaches us, walking alone is not a curse, but an opportunity. In solitude you discover your core strength and resilience. Hardship and fear become your tools, shaping you into something stronger. If you've ever felt like an outcast, remember, this is your crucible. The strength you build alone becomes your foundation. You are not weak because you are alone. You are becoming powerful. Embrace your path. Let every challenge sharpen your resolve. True power is the courage to stand alone and define your own greatness. You are the wolf that walks alone. Your survival is your victory.